up with you, and it's really great to see everyone. This is such a great chapter. Co-side is a wonderful chapter, as you all know, because you're here and you've experienced the amazing connections and referrals and the power of this chapter. It's really fantastic to have each other as business partners. So I wanted to actually pick up as a theme for this what April used as the theme of her winning infomercial, which is change. So we're in a time of change right now in terms of everything and how we interact with each other, how we're doing our businesses, how we're going out to eat, how we are, going to go get groceries. And that's even including how we do BNI, that we're online, and how we run our meetings and how we do one-to-ones. All of this is changing. As a result, we're seeing differences in the way that our meetings and BNI as a whole can appeal to business owners, because like us, other business owners that are not in BNI are going through a pivot in their businesses. And one of the things that they have to do is figure out, what am I going to do in order to keep business coming in, keep my business open? And that might mean changing their business models. It might change their marketing. It may change a lot of different ways about how they operate. And BNI will be a critical part of that. We're seeing a lot of regionally and also globally, as a result, we're seeing a lot of people checking out BNI. It's becoming a lot more of an attractive option, not just for all the reasons that we already know, because of one-to-one marketing, because of referrals, because of word of mouth, because of deepening relationships, but also because now to visit a chapter, we're not talking about having to account for an hour travel time, parking, paying a breakfast fee or a lunch fee, paying for parking, doing all of those things that might be a hindrance, or even breaking up the day as much as it would in the past by accounting for that travel time. So we're going to see a lot more people in our chapters as visitors. And I wanted to talk a little bit about how to best prepare and to frame these visitors and to frame your inviting to go to really, really maximize people when they come in the room. So right now, and thank you, Norma, for presenting the above the line report. It just always warms my heart when a VP will actually put it up and have people look at it and put it under everyone's noses for the weeks. I think it holds people accountable. I know it holds me accountable, and I really appreciate that. So very, very great practice, and I applaud that. One of the things that, I noticed, we are at 13 members. Co-side is, I would like to frame this as, Co-side is a 25-member chapter with 12 open seats. So, and you might even think, April, of putting that when you're doing your purpose and overview. You could do the purpose and overview of BNI and then Co-side's purpose and overview. We're a 25-member chapter that does over $1 million in closed business every year. That frames and that sets you up for, this is where we are. Just going through some of the open positions right now, these are historically positions that people, that other members transact business with: mortgage, financial planner, chiropractor, massage therapist, PI attorney, contractor, painter. I just rattled off 8 right before the meeting started, in my head. I'm like, okay, who do I know that's gone? And I just wrote them all down. So these are people that you'll do business with, because historically you've always done business with them. And right now those seats happen to be vacant. So when you're doing your inviting, it's a great way of saying, when you're already doing, because now that these folks aren't in your chapter, you're probably reaching out to maybe someone else. Maybe you are still doing business with them. And this is a great time, given that everyone's pivoting right now, to invite them back. Or if you have someone else that you're using as a referral partner, this is a great time to invite them to your chapter. It's like, hey, I'd love to, I value you as a business partner. I value you as a contributor to my business. I'd love to introduce you to some other folks that I also value as business partners. And we meet every Thursday morning at 9 o'clock on Zoom for free. So all of these things are, bonuses and benefits that you can convey to them. And that also, that's also a reminder that when we are inviting people, we're coming from a place of contribution. You're doing this because you're thinking about them. And even if they say no, you're demonstrating the fact that you're thinking about them, which is always always valuable. And eventually your conversation will most likely turn to business. And that's a good thing. That's always a good thing. So just some things about how you can sort of transform this into, we're all doing this. We're all kind of upping our game right now. And we're thinking about ways that we can fine tune and tweak our businesses. So one of the tools that is in on BNI, in BNI Connect, is the Power of One report. And the Power of One report keeps track of those things that as members we strive for in order to be good BNI members, and also because it will bring business to us. I mean, after all, that's what we're here for, is to get dollars in our pocket and keep the business afloat. Those things are attendance. Our goal is to be at 100% every month. And these are monthly goals, by the way. One-to-ones is to have 4 one-to-ones a month. So 1 a week. That's pretty doable. Referrals. The idea is that we'll give 4 is a goal for the month, 4 referrals a month and 1 visitor a month. So I'm bringing up the 1 visitor a month because I'm going to break it down into math. And this is a great segue for Larry, who's next, which is if we were to each invite 1 visitor a month, your chapter would be seeing 13 visitors per month. Strict conversion rates mean that you will most likely convert 1 or 2 of those to new members. And then the march continues. So now you've got 14 members. And just to show you the difference in connections, at 13 members, you have 156 connections within your chapter. At 25 members, which is what CoSite is a 25-member chapter, you have 600 connections. So even though you're less than doubling your chapter size, you are almost by a factor of 4 increasing the number of connections. That's my time. And thank you very much for having me today. If you'd like to learn more about this, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to give more information. And that's your educational segment today. Thanks.